big deal. We're not doing anything.
Welcome everyone to the South Russell Village Council meeting. Today is Monday, November the 10th, 2025. I ask you all to please rise. Put your hand over your heart and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. Fiscal officer will take the roll.
Canton.
Here.
Kavanaugh. Here. Stuckey.
Here.
Porter.
Here.
Bell.
Here.
Berger.
Here. We have minutes of the October 23rd special council meeting minutes. Any changes or corrections? Hearing none, do I have a motion?
Moved.
Moved by Kavanaugh, seconded by, was you, Mark?
Sure.
Seconded by Porter. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. We have minutes of the October 27th regular council meeting minutes. Any changes or corrections in those?
Move to approve.
Moved by Porter, seconded by? Seconded by Kavanaugh. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Abstain.
One abstention.
I wasn't here.
Bell abstained. Okay, minutes are approved. We're now to visitor section. I gotta come around. First on the agenda tonight, we're going to have a motion in a few minutes to confirm the mayor's appointment of Jordan Fedor as a full-time police officer in the South Russell Police Department. Chief, I'll turn the floor over to you. Let you speak first.
Thank you, Mayor. Jordan started his career in law enforcement in 2021 with the University Hospitals Police Department, then with the Sugar Falls Police Department for the past few years. Prior to his law enforcement career, he was an anti-money laundering investigator for Huntington and Key Banks. He is currently a member of our UAS drone team, and he has worked alongside many of our officers throughout the past few years. I would like to recommend Jordan to be appointed to the open full-time position.
Thank you, Chief. Head of Safety Committee, you want to say something, Chris?
No, I just want to make a motion and you can do it in a moment. Welcome your board. On behalf of both the Safety and Human Resources Committee, I'd like to make a motion to confirm the mayor's appointment of Jordan Fedor as a full-time police officer to the South Russell Police Department.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Discussion.
He has cute kids.
Please.
He has cute kids.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion passes. Jordan, will you come forward, please? You stand here. Raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I, Jordan Fedor.
I, Jordan Fedor.
Do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
That I will support the Constitution of the United States.
I will support the Constitution of the United States.
And the Constitution of the State of Ohio.
And the Constitution of the State of Ohio.
And will faithfully, honestly, and impartially discharge the duties of the office of police officer in the village of South Russell, in Geauga County, Ohio. Congratulations. We'll do pictures after the next swearing. All right.
Thank you.
Next, I'd like to appoint Stephen Brenner as sergeant in the police department. Chief, turn it back over to you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Steve Brenner has been a law enforcement officer for the past 34 years. His experience and training have been a great asset to the village of South Russell and the department. He's served as officer in charge at his previous agency and is also a certified field training officer. He also earned the South Russell Officer of the Year in 2024 for his exemplary contributions to the department. I would like to make a recommendation to promote Steve Brenner to the position of sergeant.
Safety Committee.
On behalf of Safety and HR, I'd like to make a motion to confirm the mayor's appointment of Stephen Brenner for the position of sergeant with the South Russell Police Department.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Steve, please come forward. Please repeat after me. I, Stephen Brenner,
I, Stephen Brenner,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
and the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
and will faithfully,
and will faithfully,
honestly,
honestly,
and impartially discharge
and impartially discharge
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
of Sergeant of the Police Department
of Sergeant of the Police Department
in the Village of South Russell
in the Village of South Russell,
in Geauga County, Ohio.
in Geauga County, Ohio.
Congratulations. To the families, please know we will do everything we can to provide the best possible protection and service and a career for your loved ones. We take these positions very seriously. That's why a lot of these guys are here tonight. We just will do everything we can. I can't think of anything more to protect and advance the careers. So thank you guys for all being here. And we'll start, Steve, since you're here. Want to come up, we'll do some pictures.
Thank you.
That goes on the rest of
Yes, sir.
I'm not sure. No, because this one is almost like it was taken from the actual receipt.
It's amazing what they can do.
Because on your name tag, it says public comment, it doesn't have your name. Public comment.
It's animated.
It's like you're watching a cartoon. It looks like it's probably a cartoonish figure, but it's your art.
Appreciate it.
There's no question it's you. But it's amusing.
Okay, we're changing the agenda a little bit. We're going to the Booster Turkey Trot, and then we'll get to Sugar Bush. Jay Mahalik is here representing Mr. Great Falls Boosters. Be nice to him. He's my neighbor. He found out the way typical boosters, so those of you who have been in boosters, and all of a sudden he basically found out, oh, he was in charge. So he is here to talk about the Turkey Trot, I think the 18th annual, so Jay, the floor is yours.
The 18th annual Thanksgiving morning, we start at 9 o'clock. No changes to the route. I think this has been the same, as far as I know, this has been the same thing for many years. Any questions?
You start at the school, you end at the
Yes.
school.
You got it, exactly.
Chief, anything we need to know that nothing's
You know,
changed?
we'll have extra manpower set up for the day, and it's pretty routine for us. We get about 4 or 5 officers to come in Thanksgiving morning and assist with this. It's really pretty routine now. Yeah, we've got the same route, so it should be no problem.
How
Okay,
many people do you expect?
Last year we had 1,600, so hopefully the same.
Good.
Similar.
Chestnut is turkey.
And I think your weather's supposed to be pretty good,
Fingers
better than
crossed.
today.
Right?
right. Do we have a motion to approve the annual turkey trot?
So moved.
So moved by Canton, seconded by
Second.
Kavanaugh. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Jay, thank you very much. Good luck. Very easy evening. Chief, they weren't in front of me. I forgot to pass them out. So they may, okay. Next thing we go to the Sugar Bush HOA. I'll turn the floor over to Public Utilities Chair, Mark Porter.
I believe the two gentlemen in the back are from Sugar Bush, and they're here for the possibility that the village will go ahead and enter into a contract for the purposes of dredging Sugar Bush Silt Pond, make some other improvements. We do have the quote that is still good from CMG Contracting, and as a note, they're doing the salt dome, they're doing the Walters Road, Hazelwood, et cetera, project, and we're considering adding this one to their list of things to do. So whether they do it before the snow really flies or in the spring, we're not entirely sure. But from a public utilities point of view, it is a worthwhile project because according to the engineer's statements, the village's project, Manor Phase 1, contributed to the silting up of your silt pond and the spillover into your regular pond. So Mayor, I imagine I could do this now?
Yes.
I'd like to, do we need an ordinance for this, Friday?
Do we have a contract from CMG?
We only have the quote so far. I don't know if we have an actual contract, but I think we can approve the expenditure and going into it.
Subject to an agreement.
Yep.
Yep. Acceptable to council and the solicitor.
They have 2 others with us right now, so I don't think it would.
Right, I don't think it'll be an issue, right, because we've seen those, that's why I thought maybe we would have a contract. And just really quick, can you just remind me, this is a one-time, right?
One time,
That's right, okay.
because the village project impacted the silt pond. So Mayor, I'd like to, I'm sorry, to say ordinance?
Yes,
Danielle?
please.
I have a question. So the village is going to be paying for the expense up front, and then Sugar Bush is going to be reimbursing us a portion of it?
That's correct, 20%, as I recall, if Kyle Cantor, the HOA president, would confirm that, I would appreciate it.
Yes, that's correct.
Thank you.
So I'd like to, ordinance?
Yes, please.
Yeah. I'd like to introduce an ordinance for the purposes of the village entering into a contract with CMG Contracting that is designed to address and excavate the silt pond for the Sugar Bush Homeowners Association, and as well as the expenses there going with it, an amount of $32,950. Move to waive all readings and declaring an emergency.
We need a second. Moved and seconded. Roll call.
I need
Discussion.
Discussion. Go ahead, Dennis.
One question I had, Mark, when you introduced it, you mentioned that it was for dredging and other things. What are those other things?
Well, the quote goes into construction, such as large excavator, long reach, process and inclusions, mobilization, cut down and remove any existing trees, et cetera, which are set forth in the written instrument that I'm looking at. So that would be the other things. So it's not just dredging, it's also the preparations for dredging and the landscaping after dredging.
So the trees need to be cut down for the equipment to get through?
Yes,
And does the 10% come off the top of the 32,000 or it's additional to?
it's 20% from the HOA back to the village. So the village is fronting $32,950. And that makes for approximately $6,500 coming back from the HOA to the village upon completion.
And is-
Papa would have appreciated a deal like that in 2016. I'm conflicted over this, obviously. I've made that known before.
Yes, so quick question, will there also be a contract for the repayment? So with the village and Sugar Bush HOA?
We would like that. Is Sugar Bush back in the good graces of the Secretary of State?
We're in the process, but we also, we can also bring a check up anytime before you enter into the contract, if it's easier.
That's fine. Contract, right, check for that amount, the 20% would be fine. And we'll go forward from there.
Can I ask you, men, so if it's in the process, you've applied to become an HOA again?
Sure. I'm going to Chardon tomorrow to see exactly what our status is. We don't know that we are not
An HOA?
an HOA.
Can I ask, have you been on the Secretary of State's website?
Yeah.
Okay, I think it shows that you guys are right now canceled.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not trying to,
I couldn't find it on their website.
no, understood, I just want to make sure you don't make the trip to Chardon unless you're going to the recorder's office to see about your declaration and bylaws.
That's what.
Okay, just don't want maybe to make a trip there if you can just go online.
Okay.
And it would usually show on the website, I don't know who of state, it's state of Ohio.
It's the Ohio Secretary of State, yeah.
So it shows the HOA, the actual existence of HOA of Pawpaw Lake. I've seen
Yeah,
it.
yeah, it's on there, yes. I
So
think,
you could see if you're in existence that
There were
way.
several sugar bushes, but
oh, okay,
none of them matched us.
correct, that's what I'm thinking, yes.
So as a cancellation.
Yes.
And we didn't show anywhere.
Okay,
So
okay,
we couldn't show active or closed or
Okay.
dissolved, so that's why I say we're in the process, because I can't confirm or deny our status at the moment.
But regardless, you intend to go forward and become an active HOA?
Correct.
Yeah, with the board and meetings.
Mark, can you amend your ordinance to include either contract with Sugar Bush being dependent upon that, or the 20% upfront from the Sugar Bush homeowners, just to cover that 20%? I don't want to just say, yeah, we're gonna do it. I want to have some kind of,
I'll amend the ordinance to include that, how about this, that the Sugar Bush HOA people pay the 20% prior to the beginning of work by the contractor. Is that fair?
Yes.
Satisfactory, Chris? Solicitor?
that's fine.
Very good.
Other comments? It's been moved.
I recall the engineer pointing out that this is a direct cause of our work on Manor Brooks. That gives me a little more comfort. Not always excited about doing work on private property, but if we cause the issue for the engineer, we should take care of it.
So we have a motion to waive further readings. Canton,
Yes.
Kavanaugh,
With reservations, yes.
Galicki,
Aye.
Porter,
Aye.
Bell,
Aye.
Berger.
Aye.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Canton.
Aye.
Kavanaugh,
With the thought that I would like Pawpaw and other low-lying lakes to be treated with the same respect when issues arise, yes.
Galicki.
Aye.
Porter,
Aye.
Bell,
Aye.
Berger.
Aye. Ordinance is adopted. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Danielle, can you contact CMG and let them know that their quote is successful? Thank you.
Do you have a copy of that?
I do. And then we'll need a contract from them similar to what they're doing for the other two projects.
Okay, so we need now a contract for this job, a separate contract for this.
Right, from CMG.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
And would your payment be made prior to December 1st? Would that be convenient?
Yes, we can, organize.
My wife writes the check.
Yes, she writes.
Or before, that's fine too. And do you have a copy of the quote?
If it's the same as before, I do, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that the numbers match.
Thank you all.
Before you go, we know Kyle's name. What's your name again?
Chip.
Last name?
Shaw.
Okay, you're the one in the
One
greenhouse.
ballot, yeah.
Yeah, all right. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Thank you for coming. We also have two other visitors here tonight. Would either one of you like to speak to council?
Good evening. Yeah, no, I'm getting a special time. Mary Russell, good to see you all.
All right, thank you.
And
We're down to mayor's
congratulations
report.
to both of you on your victory.
I'm excited to get to work, and it's going to be an honor to serve on council, and looking forward to learn and seeing where I can best apply my resources.
Lots of opportunities.
Yes.
I recommend public utilities.
All right.
Safety.
We're now at the mayor's report. We went to court last week on a building department issue. The case was dismissed. It was not a pleasant morning, and we'll talk about that at the building meeting. The 250th celebrations continues, planning. People are starting to actually get things going. There's over 50 groups in Geauga County. We meet once a month. Across the state, there is a group that has a video every Friday, probably the first Friday of every month. So there's a lot of planning coming our way. And at the BZA meeting, a special BZA meeting last Thursday, the salt structure's height of 32 feet was approved, and all boards have approved the salt structure. Last week, there was a meeting at NASA, but since NASA was closed, we had a meeting with the Federal Reserve Bank and with the state legislators talking about different state issues. And also, there's a area on the mayor's report, motion to confirm the mayor's appointment to the Chagrin Valley Fire Department Advisory Committee beginning January 1st, 2026. We have an ordinance that says that the person to be appointed to the Chagrin Valley Fire Department Advisory Committee is to be the head of the safety committee.
That's not true, Mayor. It's not an
Oh.
ordinance, it's just a motion.
A motion.
Correct.
Okay. So I am open to appoint anyone I want for this position.
That's correct.
That's correct. And this
Subject to confirmation by
subject
council.
confirmation by
Always,
council.
of course.
Thank you.
Okay. So I could do this at the next meeting, since it doesn't take effect till January the 1st.
You can, except that we've already written in on the designated form on the contract, Mr. Bell, because he is the current chair of the safety committee, but that's probably not accurate, right? Because you have not appointed him
Yes.
to this current contract. So, I mean, with respect to making sure that we have the communications correct and the contact information correct, I mean, I think that the sooner that you make the appointment and council confirms it, the better. That way everyone's on the same page as to who is the contact person for the advisory committee.
Okay. Councilman Bell will be an excellent choice. I do not like the fact that I don't have a real choice.
You do have a choice. You make the appointment, council confirms.
Okay, make the appointment, council confirms.
That's correct.
All right. I would like to, but I don't have to do it tonight.
You don't, but again, right now, what we've sent over to the Chagrin Valley Fire Department is not accurate. You have not made that appointment.
We feel,
Contract doesn't start till the first of the year.
Doesn't matter though, we still put them
Nonetheless,
down. And keep in mind, this is part of maybe perhaps the communication issue, right? So we want to make sure we have the correct contact person so that when Chagrin Valley reaches out, they're reaching out to the correct person.
okay. Out of respect, Councilman Bell, you accept the position as the Safety Committee Chairman. You'll be the Chagrin Valley Fire Department Advisory Committee representative.
I do. My only question is January 1, if I'm not the chair of the safety committee.
Exactly. This is why this is a problem, right? So are you doing it as a specific person, Mayor, or are you saying it's the chair of the safety committee?
Oh, it's a specific person.
Okay, there it is.
Okay.
Okay.
I need somebody to make a motion to confirm my appointment.
Motion to confirm the appointment of Mayor Christopher Bell to be the representative from the village to the Chagrin Valley Fire Department Advisory Committee.
Second.
Discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Can I hide for myself?
Yes, you can.
Okay, that's weird. Aye.
Motion passes. Chief, we have a safety committee meeting
Wednesday at 5 p.m.
Wednesday at 5. Can we put this on the agenda for additional discussion? That ends the mayor's report. Questions of the board? Fiscal officer, you're up.
My report to council this time was the 2026 budget answers that I need so I can continue to move forward on the budget. But before we get into that, I just want to let you know the UAN program is going very well. It's pretty intuitive. There's a lot going on with the budget, and right now it's pulling up old numbers from the old system and then the new system, but it's going very well, and I'm very happy so far. So we're not to the point where the other department heads can get in and do their appeal requests, but we're doing one step at a time, and I'm pretty happy. So I don't know if you want to do the budget stuff.
At this point in time, Finance Committee, are you ready to get into the budget? Or do you want to work on that on the 24th in 2 weeks?
We don't want to wait any longer, Mayor. We only have 2 more meetings after this. I need some answers.
Well, the one question I have for the fiscal officer, though, is at our last meeting, there were still any number of estimates that we didn't have in hand to make an accurate reflection of what the budget should be.
Correct.
So before we rush into approval of an unknown, do we have those?
It was all in the council packet, explaining everything. So I don't know if you want to go down through them one by one now, or you want to set up a special budget work session, but we need to have further discussion.
I'd be open to doing this now, knocking this out. It's up to me, but I'm one of all of us, so.
I agree with you.
The only concern I have is we have no accurate estimates, so you want to go forward with an unknown, that's fine.
Well, you could start addressing them one by one. I mean, now, and then go through the list I distributed, and then the ones that there aren't things, then the council can decide how you want to proceed.
Once you get those, they have to be, you put all your numbers together. And do you have to send that to the county? Do I have that right?
Well, when I put the budget together, we have to operate within our certificate of estimated resources, which we got from the county in August after our tax budget work session. We only can operate within that. Hopefully we'll have year-end cash balance carryover, especially since it doesn't look like the South building is going to be complete this year. But our initial budget with the county has to be within that certificate. So once I do the budget, the numbers look good, we're within that certificate, then council will adopt legislation approving that budget. That'll go to the county. And once it goes to the county, it's filed so that we have a budget so we can spend money come January 1st. Then, once I close 2025 and know what the cash balance carryovers are, I submit that to the county and tell them we had money left over. This is what the balance was on every fund. Then they give us a revised certificate of resources. At that point, anything that didn't make it in the first swipe of the budget could be added in at that time.
Okay.
So would it be okay if we go where the amendments and notes that you passed out, which is the general budget? We start on the village phone system? Does that be the first item? We
Yeah.
can work our way down? Anybody want to talk about the village phone system?
I'd like to ask the chief, your recommendation.
Yeah, the recommendation is to go with an on-site server system. The one thing we found out about the cloud-based system is when the internet goes down, we will lose not only your external communications, but internal communications as well. So if you have a server based here, like what we have down in the basement of Village Hall, we will still be able to communicate building to building. So my recommendation is to go with the on-site system and opt out of the cloud-based system.
So that's the first option.
Correct.
Replace with a like system to what we have existing.
Exactly.
Which is
Okay.
a cool $50,000 less than the
Yeah.
It's just
cloud-based
the,
system too.
Yeah.
right. The long term is cheaper, just the initial upfront cost is more expensive.
Yeah.
But we have control of it in-house.
Recommendation is for the in-house system at $60,000.
But that 60,000 is for the life of it, but the initial cost would be between 25 and 30,000, so I put 30,000 in the budget.
Does that include the first year annual license or whatever?
It's an addition to.
Okay.
But then we're still waiting for some answers from ADT as far as connectivity between the buildings, but they've been on that special assignment with the election. They don't really do any above and beyond tech work right now. So we should have some answers in the near future.
So
Yeah,
33K is the right number
that's the next year.
for next year.
Yep.
Okay,
The only thing I want to make sure of is that it doesn't sound like this when we're talking. I'm not even trying to be funny, that, you know what I mean though?
Like what our council meetings sound like.
Well, I don't know what they sound like.
We're working on that too.
okay. Item number 1, the phone system, $33,000. Next, bold, semi-quincentennial. Proposed plan was for $8,400. You got the different topics last week. Comments on the semi-sesquicentennial.
That includes the Fall Fest happening in the summer, correct, Mayor?
That's possible, I would think.
Yeah.
We want
But that
to
84,
re-change the Fall Fest a little bit.
but the 8,400 includes that as well, right?
No, this is all this is extra. Well, basically, I think what we want to do is plan this out and then decide Fall Fest semi-quincentennial.
How about just call it the 250? We'll go with the 250.
Do we have any idea of what's planned for that money?
Yeah, you got a handout, the last council meeting, every month there was an activity with an estimated price. Total price was about $8,400 if we did everything on that list.
You can put it in the budget one of two ways. You can put money in the budget to earmark it so that you're gonna spend up to a certain amount on the 250th anniversary without the details made and then decide on the details next year, or you can approve the money per what the mayor distributed at the last council meeting, which I don't know if all that was ironed out, so it might be better just put money in the budget, but the details to be worked out later.
What do we do for the 100th? Does anyone recall our budget was for the 100th anniversary?
It wasn't a lot, it was maybe 2,500.
This is gonna be bigger. I suggest doing the 8,400 and not specify exactly what it's going to, but it's a limit, an upper limit.
The only line item in that budget that I'd like to have reconsidered is having an event on a holiday in terms of calling out village employees that would not otherwise be working, specifically New Year's Day, because we end up paying triple time for those employees on that holiday. And I would just say, maybe we could do it New Year's Eve, do it the 2nd, I don't really know, but I just think we don't need to spend that kind of money for our people. But I agree with Mark. Cap it at $8,400 and move on.
Okay. Ruth, you good?
That's great.
All right, next, deferred benefits, sick time buyout for one retiree, $11,500.
That's just in the budget. You don't have a choice on that one. It's just notification.
Hazmat,
That was just notification that from when we got the budget worksheets the last time, I had 3,500, but the mayor said they were increasing to 4,000.
Is that if there's something happens and we're included to have hazmat come?
Yes.
Okay.
You pay annual dues.
You get a yearly report at the end of January.
Okay.
Okay, special land and building, microphone system for council chambers, $10,000 included per work session. Chief, you want to comment on this?
Yeah, this is, it's been on the list for quite some time now. We recognize that once we put the system in, there were some deficiencies in the audio, and they have an upgrade available where they would drop microphones from the ceiling, suspended from the ceiling, and we would lose all of these desktop mics, and the quality is allegedly much better than what we're dealing with here. So that is the same company that put these monitors in that we received with the COVID funds.
And those have a fairly long life, Chief?
You know, it's technology. Sometimes, you know, it's just a part of the system. This system is getting to be a couple years old. You know, you can honestly put a 5 to 8 year lifespan on a piece of equipment like that. But you never know. I mean, it could break within a year, but hopefully we'll have a good warranty.
Any other comments on the microphone system? My comment is, it'd be nice It'd be the first thing on my hit list, however. But put in 10,000 for now.
That's up to you guys.
Isn't it already in there because of the work session?
Yeah, it's in there.
So,
But, I mean, you can pull it if you want. I just let you know that I included it after that work session.
okay, so it's really the amounts that were not given that we really need to do, rather than what was done in the work session. Is that right,
Well,
Julian?
there was something like the Gurney and Sugarbush crosswalk. Are we gonna put that, do you want that in the budget or is that still up in the air?
It's up in the air until we hear from Verdantis how much each one would cost.
Okay, so then I'll leave that at zero.
The cost is 32,000.
It's
so,
still
Yeah, there's
32.
about a 10% increase from last year. This year was 28,000. Next year, they estimate 32,000.
On an aside, I did talk with Rich Washington. They will have information on the path later this month. Okay.
So are we gonna
so
leave it at zero or are we putting in the 32,000?
I say leave it at 0 until we know if we're gonna put them in.
And couldn't that become part of the bike path cost?
I think we gotta, the crosswalks eventually are gonna come down to a vote, whether we're gonna put the path in, or we want the crosswalks, or we want the crosswalks and not without the path. I don't think we're there yet.
And be advised that, yeah, you could bundle it in the path budget, but it's not part of the 80% or potential 800K that we would get, because that is solely for construction costs.
So South also would be paying.
So right now, it will be 0. Police building addition, 110 included per work session. This has been, I've been prodding the chief on this one, and he is not being greedy by any means, but I think it's something we should consider, maybe not in 2026, but I think it's needed for that facility. So,
I'd be comfortable if we push this off for
Put it
at least
off?
a year.
any other
Because of the
comments?
expenses we're looking at in many other places.
Okay,
And I think, Chief,
good.
in our past discussions, you're okay with that.
Service building garage doors, official estimates, photos and quotes, supporting documents. We got these earlier, I think we've looked at these forever. An estimated of 50,000 included in the budget per work session. Any other discussion on the service building garage doors?
We haven't received it.
We haven't received it.
Don't
At
have-
the properties movement, not, late winter, I gave you pictures of doors and estimates at that point.
I don't recall official quotes.
Yeah, I gave them at the properties meeting. At the end of last winter to you guys.
So they're asking to see them again.
But I have not refreshed them.
So the ones from last winter that you submitted, did you get revised quotes?
I have not.
Are those quotes still good?
They've been honoring everything since.
That's a year ago.
We don't know. But we don't know if they'll honor those quotes now.
The door that were just purchased is $7,200.
And the other one should be about the same.
Yes.
So include 40,000 for the doors?
How many doors? Sorry.
I think there's 6 more.
6,
So
I put 50,000 in.
50 is probably better.
50 is a reasonable number.
Okay,
So we need to know if they're gonna honor those quotes.
And then get a copy of what we had last winter, if you would, please.
page 2, corner lot improvements, no amount budgeted. Properties, you want to talk about that?
That's fine. I mean, we don't have a phase 2 plan yet, and we haven't even begun to discuss that, so having no budget is fine.
0. Police department flooring, 3,000 included for the work session. I don't want to be a wise guy, chief. Are you going to do this?
No,
I mean, you have in the past.
no, we have a contract with
You
it.
put in their own flooring, just to let people know, a lot of the flooring and painting has all been done in-house.
Yeah, service department's been doing it lately, the painting, so they've done a great job helping us keep the building up.
What area of
Okay,
the building is the flooring?
I'm sorry,
What area of the building for the flooring?
2 offices.
Two, okay.
So the vinyl plank flooring is deteriorating and kind of falling apart.
Oh, gosh, okay.
It's just due to the fact that the subfloor is just a little irregular and it's not wearing well, so it just needs to be replaced.
How old is that vinyl floor?
2020. I believe.
So maybe we should get something better because you
But
guys wear it out.
we're going with carpet squares,
Okay,
so we're gonna get rid of the vinyl because the flooring underneath is just imperfect.
in Randy Broyle's house, okay.
Chief, at the safety committee meeting on Wednesday, can you give us a quick look at the floors?
Sure, absolutely.
Any questions before we put in $3,000? Service garage brick pillars. $3,000 included in the draft budget. Is that a case you won't know until they start on it?
So
how bad it's-
I reached out to 2 masonry companies and they said they would gladly give us a price in the spring.
Spring? Okay. We want to leave 3,000 in the draft budget or wait?
I would think so.
Leave it in?
We'll do it in spring.
Yeah,
You want to leave it in?
I do.
Okay. Is there, in your opinion, well, you're not a mason, in your opinion, is he going to find a mess when they start on it?
I don't think so. I think it's a lot of cosmetic with the brick work and that's there. I don't think there's any structure issues.
So the bricks really aren't doing anything besides looking pretty? Okay.
But we also have a person that was a bricklayer previously that works for us, so maybe we could do it, some of it in-house.
You know, who knows? Is he that good?
I don't know yet.
We'll find out.
He's good.
Okay, the park fund miscellaneous, $12,000 per the work session.
Yeah, that was 10,000 previously, it was just increased to 12,000 for the work session.
Danielle, was that mostly the fall festival?
I think that's for doing things around the park.
It's mostly maintenance issues and it's addressing, now that we have a restroom there, and addressing that on a regular basis.
And the restroom is most likely going to be costing more than the porta potties cost, just because of the maintenance on them. So we had to increase that.
Okay, 12,000, everyone's good with that? We're to street maintenance, vehicle maintenance, increased 2,000 a year for the GPS systems, which vehicles, we installing it, or is this just to maintain what we have?
So those are service department vehicles.
Adam Tolley, sir.
Right, we added the GPS system as part of the vehicle policy to all the street department vehicles.
Does that include the old police cars we use?
The old
They
police
already
cars already have it.
They do,
It's
okay.
just that all the other trucks in the fleet don't have it.
Right, we do that, okay.
So we add that at turn of the year or whenever?
Yeah, we just received the equipment, so we can get together with Jeff, the mechanic, and he can install them
Okay.
at his convenience.
So every vehicle we have has GPS now?
Correct. It will.
It will, and in case of an accident, it's, as you mentioned, it was very nice to
Yeah,
have.
it's good. It's got good statistics and it's a very, high level software program.
Okay, next is the safety fund, the traffic study on Chillicothe Road, $12,000 included in the budget work session. I would say this is the number 2 thing on my hit list. Is it needed?
Yes,
Okay.
my goal for that would be to try to get the traffic study completed so that we could look at reduction of the speed limit on 306 with potential for the trails coming and crosswalks at 306 and Bell. I felt it was a good, course of action to try to get that speed limit lowered on 306.
And you can't do that without a study.
It has to go through the states. We have to have a traffic study first and foremost, and then ODOT pretty much, assists in that process.
Okay, under large equipment fund, I'm going to drop down to the pickup. Sell 1 ton and replace with a pickup truck, $50,000 included in the draft budget. Are there any issues with that? 50,000. What will the 1 ton bring?
Depending on the market, we should be seeing about 17,000 out of it.
And how old is that?
It's a 2012.
2012, 17,000, okay. All right, large equipment, street commissioner, we have multi-use truck, a skid steer, and an excavator. Let's start with the multi-use truck.
So at the workshop, I was asked which one would be something that we would need sooner than later. And so that was the plow truck, the multi-use truck. So that's what I focused on. We're looking at if we build with a multi-purpose truck, swap loading truck, that would come with a salt body, plow, and salt controllers that match the large trucks that we already have, so the uniformity would be across the fleet. It would also give us the ability to multi-purpose the truck and grow some programs for residents if we choose to. That truck was quoted and built at $199,000. I asked in the budget, we put $190,000. I talked with the upfitter and he said that should not be unobtainable to bring it down to that. He sees no reason that we can't stay within that amount.
Within the 199 or 190?
Within the 190. But he worst cased it and kind of on his quote, he put all the frills. So in extra lights and all that kind of thing. So we don't typically need all that on our trucks. So we could cut down that kind of things and bring that down. It doesn't take a whole lot of trimming to get there.
Do you have quotes, Tim?
I do. I have quotes here. I also was asked, why don't we get what we already have as far as the large truck goes that we bought in 2020, I believe you guys purchased. The total cost on the truck that you purchased in 2020 was $205,162, all in price, meaning all your re-upfits that you've done to this point and additions on that truck. To replace that truck right now with a like-in-kind truck, you're at $247,388.
So to replace the big red.
So if we stick with what we have and we go to another big truck, like Jeff's truck, we all know, the 2020 that he's running, the one that we saw in the parking lot salting this evening, that truck now is $247,000 and change.
And you don't want?
I do not want that size truck. I want to downsize our truck and go to a smaller truck. That truck would be that size truck. It would look like that. That doesn't have the salt body picture on it, but the salt body attaches to it.
So scale wise, is this like a large pickup truck?
So it is in between our large plow trucks have a 33,000 GVW rating on them. That truck is a 20,000 GVW rating on it. So it's a little bit smaller, which brings us down under CDL, which also opens possibilities if we need. We can put multiple different drivers in that truck because it's not required. The chief could step in if he needed to, or we needed. Hopefully it doesn't get that bad, but he hasn't stepped up and done that. So this way we can continue to plow. That also opens up the possibility, once again, by going with a smaller size truck, offering different services to the residents.
The thing I want to make sure, we had complaints from residents and from various council people last year. I want the plowing, does it have the heavy duty plowing to get to the edge?
So this truck will push a 10-foot plow, a 10 foot wide plow. Our big truck's pushing 11.
So you've lost a foot.
So we've lost a foot, which really is not. We make double passes down most of our roads anyway, so a double pass will curb to curb, for lack of a better term.
Questions or comments? Now, 190,000 is included in the budget draft, and I heard 199.
Yes, 199 gives us an extra hook lift frame for the truck as well. So I have a picture of that here. The bodies that are built on that truck are they're the typical dumpsters that everybody's pretty used to seeing, as far as those bodies would be underneath. We need to build a truck that can haul the water tank with the new restroom maintenance program that we're on, the water and the hydro seeding. That would allow us to in-house make that happen, and we don't have to have, it's a quick change system. That's included in that price as well. These dumpsters we could purchase as we go and add those. They run $3,900 for a dumpster, which we can add at any point. I've talked to multiple communities that are in this program, and they actually have shopped this extensively, and they all come back to the same supplier that they go to for price wise.
We have always felt we could never live without 4 big red international snowplows.
So, that being said, and I understand that thought, we typically plow 6 inches of snow, and that's a lot of snow that we push, because we don't let it, our snow loads don't sit on the roads for 2 days and build a foot or 10 inches of snow. We continually move that snow out of the way and push it back. The bonus to a large truck is its sheer weight. So what happens is, as that snow gets heavy and builds up on the side, those trucks weigh enough to move that snow back. Generally speaking, that truck is overkill for what we do. Tonight's a prime example. So what my thought is, and my vision, is to purchase, when we come to replace the 07 that's still in the fleet, we replace it with another light truck like what I'm asking for, giving us 2 small trucks, and then we always maintain the 2 big trucks, meaning our 2018 and our 2020, which is the larger dollar amount, that 240 number. In the event that we run into a snow event that is heavy and we, for some reason, start to have an issue or a possibility of pushing with those, we still have those big trucks. I believe you should always maintain at least 2 big trucks in a fleet this size. Go to the smaller trucks, which would allow us to be able to plow in tighter areas, tighter traffic, opens the driver amounts up, the efficiency is far better because of the cost. Now, the body system that is on that, the swap loader system, the hook on the back of the truck that you saw in the picture, is reusable. So this body system, we could take that and run it 3 cycles. On the 3rd cycle, we would replace this body system and the truck as well.
What's a
So,
cycle? I
The
don't get
life
it.
expectancy of a plow truck is between 12 and 15 years.
Okay,
So as you cycle them out and you have them consistently, you've gotten longer periods of time out of our trucks, but with the cost savings, you'll be able to cycle through and maintain a newer fleet, a constant newer fleet, similar to what the police do. So we don't have to worry about, okay, now we're in the situation that we're looking at right now, where we're looking to replace a 25-year-old truck. So what we can do is move this to the next chassis, and we can do that for 2 trucks. On the 3rd truck, we would replace the whole entire system. So you're looking at about a 20-year lifespan of this chassis, this upfit package. Now, the chassis, I have quite a few numbers from the chassis. As you can see, I did a lot of homework on these chassis, and they range about between $65,000 and $80,000. So in the next 2 cycles, rather than spending $190,000 on a truck, you're going to be looking at buying a cab chassis instead. So you're going to be looking at that $60,000 to $90,000 number to replace and put in a new truck. I think that
Do the
makes
beds last that long?
I'm sorry, what's
Do
that?
the beds last that long?
Yes. These beds, with the way we meticulously take care and the track record of equipment here, absolutely, this will take that lifespan for sure.
Okay.
And then at that point, honestly, the 3rd cycle, it's 30 years from now. That can be even evaluated, and somebody can say, hey, you know what, I think it's good for another truck, or it's time. The dumpsters, you cycle those through as needed. Depends on what we do. My vision for those dumpsters, we rent them to residents. Hey, we can drop you a dumpster and do we can drop, like, Upper Pike has a similar program, or has a program that runs like that, where they drop a dumpster to a resident for 24 hours. That resident pays X dollar, meaning the dump costs and a little build in for future dumpsters or more purchasing.
let's stay on the truck.
Yeah, I don't know that I'm
So,
gonna.
so it gives you what my point to it is it gives the value to expand services to residents at really no more cost or minimal cost.
So Tim,
Chris Bell.
the current Ford truck international we have in there, in the summertime, what am I typically looking at in the garage? Are they out in the back?
So
Are they sitting there?
I can speak to this year,
Okay.
and I can only repeat what I've been told in the past. So what I've been told in the past is typically the large trucks sit, and the one-ton dump truck has done the majority of hauling. A truck that sits will die. So this past year, we've run those trucks, and we've run those trucks a lot. So I have decommissioned all the salt equipment in the spring and put those trucks hauling, you'll see us hauling the stone, hauling the ditching, that stuff. So I'm running those trucks more now.
It sounds like a lot more flexibility with the smaller truck. You're
Yeah,
offering.
absolutely.
So if we try just one, see how it works.
So-
Swap out one of the large international trucks.
Correct.
If it's an
So,
epic failure, we go back to the large international trucks next cycle.
right.
Okay,
Not to belabor this, but compare the smaller truck with the body stuff. My husband had a GMC 3500.
Yes,
It's bigger than that?
yes.
Okay.
To answer your question with the smaller truck and the efficiency of that truck. So right now, when we come to do a rip out of a drive apron, I either put 2 trucks on that drive apron, or I have a driver that shuttles stone and then an operator that waits on that truck. With this type of truck, I can drop a box, that operator can load that box, while the truck driver is returned with another load of stone in another box, swapping them out, and so everybody's consistently working and more efficient.
I think the good example of that was on the corner, when you'd see a gentleman sitting in the machine waiting on the other guy to come back with the truck.
Right.
So we're comfortable at 199,000?
That is the Cadillac quote.
Okay, so we'll leave it.
We said, wait, you said we can live at 190.
Yes, the 199 that the mayor said is the Cadillac quote.
Right.
I can trim that to 190.
You can make it 190,
Absolutely.
so let's live at 190.
The
Okay,
other 9,000 was for the bed, right? The extra bed?
It is for lights, bells and whistles.
Yeah. Okay, 190, sure.
okay. So we've given you 50,000 and 190,000 skid steer.
Before you go on,
Yep,
Mayor,
hold
hang
on.
a second. Danielle needs to see the paper quotes on that, correct?
Well, right now, this is for putting it in the budget. I mean, it's not like he can go out January 1st and buy a truck. There's a whole bidding process. If there's state bid, I need all that paperwork before we can do anything.
Yeah, the current quotes that I do have are source swap ones.
Which is what, our joint purchasing program or state bid?
State.
It's state, okay.
Usually pretty stable, aren't they? Okay. Skid steer.
So the skid steer, as I said in the budget meeting, I talked with a few vendors so far because we did demo a few during our projects this spring and summer. There's more demo to do, meaning we need to see the rest of the equipment that's available out there of the same type. So before I can say it's this much. Now, talking with those vendors, I told them, I'm thinking the ballpark of that 40,000, and they said that is unacceptable for what we're looking at size-wise. It would be a stand-on unit versus a sit-down unit. So when we do our job, and you guys have seen us doing our work around town, we typically don't do areas the size of this corner. This is a large project on the corner here. So our projects are usually 500 square feet. They're not large. A sit-down skid steer needs 50 square feet or so to turn around in and work. A stand-on machine can do that same work in 10 square feet. So for what we do in-house, it's efficient, it works. The concern that I've heard from the guys, to be honest, was, we want the sit-down version because when we mow the park, when we're on it for that length of time, we mow that high grass twice a year. I think that it wouldn't be outlandish to say, so twice a year we rent that machine. It'll take so many years to pay back
that I think is kind of, and we did mow this fall. We mowed behind the police station, which Chief saw. We mowed down at the rental property with the stand-on unit as well. So it is capable of mowing, which is a smaller machine.
You know, when I look at this, Tim, I mean, I rented one
Yeah.
last fall for a project, it was like a couple $100 for a few days.
absolutely.
So I look at that compared to 45 grand when we have a lot of expenses, including a new truck.
Well,
I'm kind of.
and that's why if we need to, push that back, that's okay, in my opinion. I mean, I do have a sheet that I got from Handy Rents, because we typically rent right here, from the last number of years of rentals. So there, I have a track record to kind of compare, but I didn't kind of push that back off to the side because that was a quick request.
Leave it out.
I think we should leave it out.
Leave it out.
That's fine.
Push it to the next year.
I
Okay.
feel the same about the excavator, honestly.
The backhoe, I will tell you, the backhoe is we had an issue this fall. The backhoe that we have, the tech has said he's been out numerous times, and the problem is the hydraulic system or the pump that's on our current backhoe is slowly dying, meaning it's sending steel shards through the system. So
That's not all that old, is it?
it is. It has about 5,000 hours, but for what we use and do with it, it's showing its age.
So we want to wait and handle that when it breaks. If we we'll wait until it breaks.
We can do that.
Are you without for months though? I mean.
No, we would be kind of bound by the time it takes it to come through on our end. The guys said, we've demoed a few different styles and used a couple different styles, and they all agreed that the CAT machines, CAT is readily available.
Okay, so I guess it's the excavator breaks a week before trash day. No big deal.
I can get one.
Okay. So
How much does the pump cost?
We don't know because Case says for our model backhoe, it's unavailable.
Okay, so
So we're gonna hold
have,
off on that?
Yes, we're out of luck.
we got 190,000 for a multi-use truck and 50,000 for pickup. We're a special road fund, Special road fund, Hazelwood Culvert Project estimated cost $700,000 with a $300,000 grant, a 0% loan of $50,000 and $350,000 of South Russell Village share. So basically, we're going to be looking at $300,000.
About 350,000.
$350,000 out of our pocket.
No, 400,000,
Can I?
Yep.
Yes.
because we have to pay the loan back at some point.
0% loan.
But I'm saying
Yeah,
that
no,
budget.
but 400 is our number.
This contract cannot be awarded until July the 1st. The decision needs to be made if accepting the grant and going forward in order for the engineer to complete the necessary steps and submit the paperwork.
So this is the one, the engineer just recently told us about this, and with everything else going on, council, you never decided if you want to go forward. He said there would be engineering involved that he would have to do in order to do this LPA scope paperwork again. And then, that's what gets it put in the queue to move the project forward.
My recollection is that either the last public utilities meeting or the one before that, the consensus, correct me if I'm wrong, Jerry, was that the project should go forward. It's a small street, it's not a very long street, but it has big problems in terms of stormwater and drainage. And of course, since it's, in the western side of the village, it doesn't get the attention that some of the other projects have gotten. But fundamentally, it's basically digging up both sides of the road, replacing all of the drain piping for stormwater. And it is a small street with a big price tag. That said, we've made quite a bit of progress over the years on stormwater, and we've also had grants provided to us for that purpose. This is another example of that. $350,000, $400,000 is in essence a road program. And we have managed to do road programs even though we've had big ticket items being done anyway. At this moment with the village's budget, I think we can afford it. The grant helps. It will certainly make a difference to the people who live in that area. It'll be a huge inconvenience to them for a while, but it will solve a lot of the flooding issues and further to the west as well. when you combine the Walters Road, Fairview project with this one, the flooding problems on the western side of the village will be greatly, if diminished, if not eliminated.
I forgot to turn the page. Thank you, Mark. The engineering estimates is $500,000 in cost for 25 and 20, and $85,000 in 2026. Project completion with closeout date would not be until 2027. So that's going to, we have the engineering cost. It's going to be, we set aside $135,000 in the draft budget. So let's do the numbers here. We're going to have engineering, we're going to have other fees. So we've got 300.
Okay, I don't understand. The
Okay.
135,000 in engineering, is that in the 700?
No, I don't.
No,
think
it's
so.
additional
No,
too.
Correct.
Okay.
So there's always, when you have the
$1 million
construction, the
part.
construction itself is estimated at,
Which is what you
700,000.
said.
And then we have engineering. And, because there's a grant, and I would think, I don't know if ODOT's involved, I don't think so because it's OPWC money. So there will be other costs, you'll have the engineering, definitely, and that's 135 to get it, the initial stuff done. And I don't know how much to manage the project.
My guess is that we can budget the 135 in 26, and then the rest in 27 when it actually gets finished. So it's not as big a bite right now, next year, as it would be otherwise.
Can we make sure we're all on the same page? But this is going to be a carryover from 2026, 27. So the estimated cost is 700,000 and the engineering cost 135. So we're looking at probably $835,000
Or
project
850, yeah.
Minimum.
over 2 years.
Possibly
And then
more.
we're going to take off 300,000 off that, and we're going to take off 50,000.
No.
So 300.
No, your 50,000 is just the loan.
We'll take off 300, so we're at 535 is going to be the cost of this project, extended over 2 years.
At
So we
least,
have 135 in the draft budget. Danielle, you think we should kick this up?
I mean, that's up to
They
you.
never go down, right?
They'll never go down, but, you have to put the 135 in if you want to do the project, because we need to do the engineering, and then the construction for the project would be in 2027's budget.
So should we just put like 150,000 in now, just because we're probably going to have cost overrun, you know?
Well, Eric said that he estimated 50,000 this year and 85,000, next year in engineering, and he's not here tonight unfortunately, and being it's the middle of November, I don't know how much work he's gonna be able to get done this year.
I think he's probably not gonna be so focused on this as he is on the salt dome.
Well,
And
and,
Bell Road East
Mhm.
and the trail. So my guess is this is number 4 on the priority list. for
so that's why I put it
Southwest.
in 26.
So maybe put it in 26, the 135.
Mhm.
Okay.
Everyone's good at 135,000 for the Hazelwood initial Hazelwood Culver project.
The beginning.
Yes, all right, we are at Bell Road East Fund. This is the paving project, this is Bell Road East. Construction estimate is $1.5 million. Engineering cost is $150,000. ODOT is going to cost us $165,000. Third-party review costs are $10,000. So the total cost of this paving Bell Road next summer is going to be at least $1,825,000. We are getting a grant from NWACA for $1,019,000 and change. OPWC is giving us $250,000. There's another $50,000 loan, and we have permissive funds. That's from the county. Basically, it's $40,000. So we're getting funding of $1,360,000, and we're going to have a price tag of $1,825,000. We're a little less than $500,000 that's going to come out of our share. It's the exact number is $464,986.
So you might as well say 465.
And these are all estimates, mind you.
Yeah, that's, that's pretty good, thank you. All right, Bell Road East. Are we good
And
for?
that's in the budget.
That's.
465 is in our budget.
Yeah, and I have the breakdown, so, approximately 1.5 will come out of the Railroad East Fund, because we'll be getting, that's where the, grant money has to go through that fund. The permissive tax fund will be about 40,000, and the road and bridge fund is 235,000. And that project has to be done next year.
It
Or
sure
we lose
does.
everything.
Yeah.
So 465,000, we're all good with that.
Yes.
Okay, expense distribution, Danielle just went through that. The Trails project cost, we don't have anything yet from the
We don't have the estimate.
estimate cost, so we'll leave that as a zero. Anything else?
So in my initial, when I did the certificate of estimated resources to the county, I did include that in there because that project was supposed to be done in 2026. But when the mayor and the solicitor and I went to and Councilman Galicki went to the NOACA and ODOT meeting, they were saying if we needed to get them paperwork like ASAP to get this in their queue to start working on it. And that meeting was a while ago, and I know we have stuff to do, so I think at this point, it would get put in there. They said we can, if we got it in right away, we'd get in their 2027 year. But likely they get pushed to their 2028 year, which starts our July 1st, 2027. So I'm thinking this is basically gonna be more of a 2027 project.
Okay. The original goal was something July 1st, 2027. Looks like regretfully we're going to meet it. All right, we are on the very last page, possible future projects that have been discussed. Bocce ball court, silt pond measuring, Daisy Lane drainage, Manor Brook flooding near the power lines, and Alderwood Country Estates.
And I have two more. The parking lot, if you recall, we did the chip seal or whatever that is out there, and we, with the plan that once the salt building was in, we were gonna pave the entire campus parking lot, which is probably equivalent to a road program. So that,
Oh, are you kidding?
I'm not sure, but I know it's gonna be a lot.
For a parking
It
lot?
depends what size road program, okay, but it's a big project. And then we also, these holiday, decorations, I know you had the properties committee meeting, and this year you'll be able to pull money from the road striping, but going forward, do you have an amount? Like, I don't know if we're talking a couple thousand, or we're talking a lot of thousands, or should we put something in there on a moving forward basis?
Oh, for the 2026
Yeah,
program?
because I don't know if you're talking $1,000 or $5,000, like, I don't know. Not much.
Probably, I would say $5,000 is a max for 2026 because we're buying a lot of pieces that will be reused.
So the consumables end of things, looks like it's about $2,000.
Yeah, so 5 is plenty for the moment, okay? And we'll have more discussion on it later, but for the budget purposes.
Okay.
So I'll put that all together and we'll let you know what we're pulling out at the next meeting. Oh, we
Thank you,
also have
Danielle.
to, before the next meeting, HR will be meeting, and then they should have a recommendation at the next council meeting for, potential salary increases for.
Let's go back to the potential future projects being discussed. Bocce ball court. Basically, we're waiting on a proposal from the people that are interested.
This is under the Parks Committee yet?
I've got a Parks Committee meeting scheduled for November 17th at 6:30 PM here at the Village Hall, so next Monday night. And hoping that the bocce ball people have taken their pictures of the park and know where they want to propose it, and we'll be here to present that to the Parks Committee.
And they were gonna meet with you. Did they schedule that?
I have not heard from them.
I was supposed to tell you 2 weeks ago when they were here, they wanted to go stake it out. If we could put 4 stakes and some yellow caution tape where they think they would like it to be located. They're supposed to connect with you or you connect with them so that before the next council meeting, we all have a chance to look and see where they think it should be.
Let's talk about that tomorrow afternoon.
Okay. Silt pond measuring, any comments on that?
Yes, go forward with it.
So
I don't
we have two license agreements out for consideration by the two homeowners associations. If they approve and send them back to us, then the question becomes, what do we need to do silt pond monitoring? I think we talked about back when a small rowboat kind of thing and a measuring device that would go down into the silt, measure the silt, and come back up. Life jackets for the individuals involved. So we're talking about not a lot of money here, but I don't know that we need to put all that much away because we don't know if the license agreements are going to come through or not. So, I mean, what does a rowboat cost, Tim, do you think, or Chief?
I'm sure you could borrow one from
Well,
us.
the other aspect is that you could also engage a firm like Aqueduct who will do that for you. You
Okay.
won't have to invest in
$750.
equipment.
Is that what they charge? So we could buy a rowboat for how much, what do you think?
Oh, maybe we could make a rowboat.
I have a rowboat.
You have a rowboat or a canoe or something.
The E15 meeting with the Halifax. Okay, we want to set aside maybe $4,000, $5,000 to look into this. It'd be nice just to have it in the budget.
That would get you, for a couple
Get
legs,
us
that would
started.
get you pretty far. Yeah.
Okay, so, yeah, I think 4,500 is a little much, maybe 2,500?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we need the device, we need the boat, you know. Does Handy Rents rent boats?
No, but Louise said they just use an anchor with a rope marked every foot
Now, that's scientific.
down Lake Louise.
It's the old sounding method.
Sure,
They just, that's all
Mark
I,
Twain.
You gotta know you hit bedrock, though.
Okay, bocce ball courts, nothing, 2,500 for silt pond, Daisy Lane drainage.
That's in that corner off of Woodside, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Where it goes down
Is
to the
this-
garages.
Mhm. You know, that's something we should discuss at public utilities. I don't know what the fix is. I don't recall. It's like,
We have a few ideas out there, I think.
okay. Let's do that at our next public utilities, which is that the 21st? Yeah, 21st of November at 3:15 PM.
This, with
Daily
Daisy,
Village Hall. Oh, wait a minute, no, it's 4:15? No.
Yes, 4:15.
Finance is 3:15. Public utilities at 4:15.
Daisy Lane drainage, is this something you would do in-house?
Yes.
So should we, what costs should we put in? You're gonna have any additional costs besides just you guys doing it?
But, well, isn't utilities gonna discuss it?
Yes.
So when you can you let me know
It
after
depends
that
on
meeting?
what we
Okay,
decide.
Let's come up with a plan at the next one. And
That's
then at the follow-on council meeting, we can finalize it. I don't know that we'll be able to do it in December, but that remains to be seen. Okay.
okay, we'll leave that 0 for now. The Manor Brook flooding near the power lines, this is the peanut project, right? The create 2 small ponds to catch the water. That's gonna be in-house also?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll leave that 0 for now. Alderwood Country Estates, this is rearing its ugly head again, but nothing's been done on that, so let's leave that at 0.
That's the ponds 1, 2, 3, and 4
Yep,
issue.
Yep, trying to keep their water, it's more of a private issue. So potential future projects, we had 7 of them, and we're looking at 2,500 for silt pond measuring and 5,000 for holiday decorations. Anything else?
So let me just clarify, if the bocce people come forward, they meet, can we do anything next year if we don't set aside a couple $1,000?
You can amend the budget always.
Okay,
They were talking about 15,000.
total, yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't all that expensive,
No, but
and they were willing to pitch in.
Chagrin built theirs, they said it was 13, and the Chagrin Falls crew built theirs.
yeah.
And that was 1. Okay, anything else on this budget? And Danielle, we're charging all this time to you since you're the fiscal officer.
I think that's the longest report on the
All right, then fiscal officer, you're up.
That's all I have, just like I said, the UAN is going well, and the budget, and I will have a draft budget to you before the next meeting, we'll let you know, where we have to turn.
Okay, a request. Is it possible, without doing a lot of work, if we could get a graph on one piece of paper that shows from 2020 to 2025 income, expenditures, and our balances, just to see what we've done the last 5 years? Thank you. Any questions of the fiscal officer?
Thank you, Danielle.
Solicitor, floor is yours.
Finance.
Finance
Oh,
committee.
I'm sorry, Finance Committee. All right.
Thank you, Mayor. My notes, I have down the 2026 budget hard copy report. Of course, we just covered that. First round of November village checks had been signed on November 4th and cross-checked. And the next finance committee meeting will be held at our village hall on Friday, November 21st at 3:15 p.m. Mark, anything?
Nothing to
Questions of the Finance Committee? Hearing none, we're now at the solicitor.
I have nothing to report.
Questions of the solicitor?
I have one question. Right, this deals with the latest billing. And there's a charge on the 13th of October that basically states text with Bridie on council vote on Chagrin Valley Fire Department contract. And it appears to be from one of your colleagues for $100. And, you know, is that a valid charge for having a colleague text you?
Well, yes, it is, but I can definitely note that.
You know, the other thing is it raised the question. You know, I understand that you'll be leaving us and going to a neighboring community primarily as their solicitor and or legal rep, and that we'll have a pinch hitter from time to time, but that you'll still be involved. Will there be charges like this if your stand-in contacts you to say, hey, what about this? Will we receive separate charges, or will it all be considered under the contract?
Well, so under the contract is hourly, so we have definitely had other time entries before where I've discussed with colleagues and they've been charged. So if that is something that's an issue for South Russell, we can definitely consider that. But I mean, yeah, I mean, it is gonna be where he will be at the meetings, and the thought was that I would still do the work. Again, 95% of my work is done really not in the meeting. It's done outside of the meeting. So if that's gonna be an issue, then yeah, we can definitely talk about.
Well, I guess it only, you know, what I am trying to wrap my arms around, you know, we pay X amount for contract services to your firm.
You pay hourly though.
Okay, but, so his time here at the council meeting will be charged, and your work behind the scenes will also be charged to the village.
That's correct.
I think maybe Dennis is saying, and I might agree, it's not real efficient.
And that's fine, and we can definitely consider another way.
Yeah, and one of the options that might be available to us is that the other community meets on the second and fourth Monday of the month, like us. If we are strongly committed to the solicitor, we might consider the first and third Monday of the month. I don't know what that would do to us in terms of our timing.
With my busy social schedule, no.
It's an option, but there are options out there.
Why don't we see how it goes?
Sure.
I think there's definitely got to be a time, I don't know, Tuesday morning after a Monday night council meeting where you and Jared sit down and talk about South Russell, that it's an expense to us because you're working for us. I would assume that happens probably every Tuesday after every council meeting, that there would have to be communication between the two of them.
So that would be additional expenses since they're communicating with each other at an hourly rate.
And we can look to, you know, not do that. So, I mean, I guess I was thinking it would be a different transition if I stayed on for some of the things again, because of the fact that attending the council meetings is maybe 5% of what I do for the village. But we can consider all kinds of options. So,
Okay. Anything else for the solicitor? Eric is not here. Ruth, I'm going to ask you to be the engineer.
No, fair chance with that. Okay, he did send an email, and I spoke with him, and then he sent this tonight. Streets Committee, I'm under the weather this evening, so I will not be attending tonight's council meeting. I only had a couple things to report. Number one, 2025 road program, the work has been completed. We expanded the miscellaneous pavement repairs to maximize our budget allowance up to the awarded contract value. The awarded contract amount is $324,748, and the final construction costs total $324,730, so he was $18 off. Very good. We were able to add over 80 square yards of additional pavement repair and still stay within budget. Number two, I'm working through an issue with the salt storage building. The concrete foundations for the full height, 16-inch thick concrete walls are required to be much larger than we anticipated. If we stick with this current design proposal, it'll cost over $100,000 more for the additional concrete. Dun, dun, dun. I'm working with CMG to develop an alternate design proposal to minimize this overage. I should have a more detailed update at our next streets meeting this Thursday. Thanks, Eric.
Eric, can you remind me who did the design work for the salt dome?
This is the first one we did with, it's a design build. So usually Eric would design it and then we go out to bid, and that's a design bid.
That's significant.
This is the design build. So he came up with kind of what it is we want, generally speaking. Then we award the contract, and then the contractor designs it. So we have a lot of money already invested in no shovel in the ground and no clear design.
You know, an interesting question that I raised when we were in the design phase, and I probably addressed this to Eric, was, you know, what about cost overruns or unanticipated costs? And the answer that I was provided was that the contract is signed and that's the price that you pay. So it'd be interesting how this new requirement plays into the costs.
It's because, I think it's because, and I'm not the engineer, but it's because usually Eric designs it, we bid it, they have to stay within those specs. But Eric came up with the general idea of this is kind of what we want, but then you're the professionals, you design whatever. Then when they designed it, they obviously didn't agree with him on something. So I think it was, in my conversation with him, it's about 114,000 more. So he was going to try and find a way to, the concrete walls they had were like the sidewall roof, but he wanted them to lower that, thought that would save money, but something about when they did the core digging of the soil, that's what they came up with.
Streets, 9:00 Thursday morning.
Yeah,
Be interesting.
yeah. And I can call him tomorrow. I'm sure he can talk on the phone. He said he had a fever tonight, so.
Okay. Anything else on the engineering topic? Street Commissioner, you're back up.
So I submitted my month-end report. I don't have anything further to add on it at the moment.
Countryside paving job, are you happy and satisfied with it?
I think it looks very nice. I think they did a great job for us. The berming looks amazing. We had a landscaper decide to cut across the cul-de-sac, but we, with the chief's help, remedied that situation very quickly. So it still looks great.
How many culverts did you have that were replaced?
I don't have it directly in front of me. I believe it was 13 culverts.
Okay.
Driveway culverts. Yeah. Okay.
And it drives smooth.
Anything else for the Street Commissioner? Ruth, you're back. Street Committee.
I'm back. So I hope everybody heard street meeting 9 a.m. on Thursday, Dennis. We have a motion here to approve construction progress payment application number 1 to Specialized Construction, Inc. in the amount of $311,740.94 for the 2025 pavement repair program. So moved.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded. The discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Payoff Specialized.
Dennis, anything you wish to add?
Nothing further.
Ruth, okay. Questions of the Street Committee? Ruth, you're back up. Building Committee.
Building Committee, we have not met recently in the last month, but we're going to meet at 8 a.m. before the Streets Committee meeting on Thursday morning. And Danielle has heard that they are not so smitten with their new program, even with the change in, I don't know if you want to expand on that, Danielle?
Well, as you reported at the last meeting, they are happier with the training they're getting now versus what they were getting, which it's still not saying a lot. So the training is better, the program doesn't work. And it doesn't work for them and it doesn't work for me because they do the collections and they give me a report every day on their receipts. Well, for example, their receipts there's no rhyme or reason to the receipt. So as finance, it's my job to audit and make sure every receipt is accounted for. Well, I can't because they're not.
So it either doesn't go or it doesn't match up.
No, and it's like, the old system, the first one when I started here, that was very outdated. When we got City Force, that was fantastic. It was wonderful. Unfortunately, it got bought out. This one took a step back from City Force big time, and it doesn't make a lot of sense. And they're really struggling. They've been working on that for almost all year.
Yeah.
And my UAN, I'm good.
So as far as those 3 modules, they haven't even advanced past that?
I don't know where they are in the modules, but I talked to Ruth this morning, and she said she hates to even say this, but it might be time to cut our losses and look. So I told her to call the state of Ohio and call the county and just see what do they use and what could they recommend. That I work, a lot of the people around us use it, but they are just townships, and townships only have zoning, they don't have building.
Right.
And that's the big difference. So I asked her if she could do some research, find out what else is out there.
Did they advance to credit card payments or not?
No, we're not doing that. However, that is something in talking to Ruth that truly is the way to go. So my goal for the admin team in this next year is really to start using the technology to our advantage, and that would be one thing we're going to start looking into.
Okay.
But right now, we can't even get there. I mean, that system is just not good.
All right.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Remind me, so I remember we finished our data migration like a little over a year ago with the system, and then they got bought out. This is the issue. Okay.
Yeah. So I will talk to her
Can
tomorrow.
I suggest that for the building committee, Danielle, if you have time, would you attend that meeting?
Yeah.
And make that a focus of your
Will
discussion
be, yeah.
as to, we need to come up with a game plan.
Yeah.
And be able to manage that starting when spring comes, because that'll be the high season for projects.
Digging, yeah.
So,
Okay. Do you want your streets meeting over there or over here? I'm more in favor of over here. Okay.
Okay,
Here.
so
Buildings will be at buildings.
buildings would be at buildings.
Thank you, Danielle. If you have the time to attend.
Also put on the court case dismissal on your agenda for Thursday.
Okay. Yeah. Are you going to report on that tonight or not?
No.
Okay.
We'll talk about Thursday. Any other questions of the building committee? Chief, you're up.
I'm sorry. Well, hang on. Mark, did you have anything you wanted to add?
No.
Okay.
Thank you.
I submitted a month-end report, and in addition to that, I wanted to share with everyone that the South Russell Police Department, for the 4th year in a row, we were presented the Platinum Award from AAA on outstanding service dedication and significant impact made by improving the quality of life through traffic safety programming. The Platinum Award, 4th year in a row. Again, hoping we go forward and we have a good plan for the bike trail. I hope we can continue to receive this.
All right. Congratulations, Chief.
Thank you.
Good show.
That's all I have.
Questions of the police chief? Safety committee, you're up.
Safety committee, we are scheduled to meet November the 12th at 5 p.m. at the police department. Pending anything from Councilman Galicki, that's all I have.
No, nothing further.
That's it.
No questions of the safety committee? HR committee?
HR committee, our next meeting is the 18th of November at 7:30 a.m. in Village Hall. Pending anything from Councilman Berger, some here in committee definitions. I have not reviewed that.
Okay, I submitted a document for council's consideration and as a working document to draft definitions of the committees that we have. I've also stated before that I think we should add a committee for administration and technology. And I've provided some definitions and scope there, and we look forward to input and comments.
I started to read it.
So I think before we get to the end of our meeting in December, we should have some discussion about that. That's it. Thank you.
Questions of the HR committee? Properties committee?
Thank you. Properties will meet on Thursday, November 20th at 9 a.m. Properties did meet in a special meeting last Friday, November 7th. Minutes were provided to you at your table. I also emailed them to you, but I apologize, I was late. So the discussion was holiday lighting and decorations. We had members of the community that joined us who brought wonderful ideas, great thoughts. I will be the first to admit that lighting and decoration is not my strength. And so I was happy to have their input, as well as Councilwoman Kavanaugh's, as to what they would like to see in terms of the campus, in terms of the park, in terms of the cemeteries, with the decorations. And again, the theme that Councilman Delicki and I came up with initially was classic Hallmark look. After some discussion, I provided with you the outline that they came up with. The street commissioner has worked on getting some quotes and some ideas. So all in, we've got about $9,200 in expenses to purchase lighting, to purchase additional trees for the southwest corner lot, to purchase some cut Christmas trees to mount there to fill out some of that space, to rent a lift so that we can get the lights up and do the things that we want to do. So now, some of these items, as the street commissioner previously indicated, are reusable, so we can do them again. But putting live wreaths on all the doors, obviously we're going to have to repurchase those next year. We were able to get what I thought was a very, very favorable quote from Chagrin Pet and Garden for the trees, for the wreaths, and for the roping. So, and thanks to them for that quote. So, we can move in this direction. I also provided to folks at the table just a proposal from a company called Trimline. There are multiple companies out there that will install permanent lighting that potentially could be of different colors throughout the year. Obviously, we would save installation costs as they would be existing. I have no idea as yet what the cost of such a program would be. They offer free estimates and we can ask them to come and quote. That wouldn't happen for this year, but going forward, if that's something that we might find interesting, we should look at. So at this point, I've got $9,200 in expenses. I would like to make a motion that council approve moving funds from the striping program for the road to a new account that we would call Holiday Lighting and Decorations. And I'll say at the moment, let's move $10,000 just to give us a nice round number and go from there and see how this works.
Second.
Moved and seconded, discussion.
I have some discussion.
You're on, Ruth.
That's a great report, Chris, and I think that we should acknowledge there was some real dissatisfaction with past years of decorating. And I agree, and we need to really step it up. And I appreciate the 4 people that came before us, and we heard them. We listened and we heard them.
Not only did they suggest for the village campus and its properties, but also offered opportunities for businesses at our Bell 306 campus to mirror that, what we're doing. That might come as a future program, but I think reaching out to them and saying, hey, this is what we're going to do. Maybe you want to join us and make something really nice is a great idea. So yes, I really appreciate all of them for their input. It was a great session.
For those people out there watching us, is this committee open to additional comments or input?
Absolutely.
Anytime.
I mean, we are, let's face it, we're up against the time deadline to get this done, but we certainly would entertain anyone's comments, and whether that happens this year or next year, it's all valuable to us.
I think this is a wonderful looking plan. I'm not good at the decorations as like you. I'm more of a giant inflatable guy in my yard. So I'm really excited about this. And my only question is, or suggestion is, we set a deadline, a date for when all this stuff is gonna come down. Because I hate for it to be June and we still have wreaths up and lights are still up.
I apologize to you. It was discussed at the committee meeting, and MLK Day was the date.
Okay, perfect.
For having, that was the end of the holiday light season.
And we
So-
appreciate Tim's guys pitching in and getting all this done.
That's a good point.
Any other questions of the Properties Committee? Hearing none, we're at the Parks
We
Committee.
had a
We have a motion on the
and a
floor.
second.
I'm sorry.
For up to
Been moved and
$10,000.
seconded. Discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion passes. Now we're at the Parks
Well,
Committee.
okay, I want to go to cemeteries here. Just to let you know that $9,200 includes the wreaths that we will place on the veterans' graves, and we have flags. So that will happen December 13th, I think it's supposed to be
December
scheduled.
13th, 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. So I wanted to ask the street commissioner, we had an incident last night
Yes,
where the cemetery gates was hit.
yes. So, we went over and took a look this morning at the gate. The gate on the north side of the opening needs to be replaced. The whole gate is actually bent. And the car managed to remove one of our trees from our landscaping completely. So we have to replace a larger tree.
Okay.
We may not replace that, but the individual whose car ran into it,
So we
their
need to
insurance company needs to replace
we
it.
need to get some quotes for whatever we're going to do as far as the repairs go.
I did pull the, because our cemetery is not that old, I did pull the construction paperwork, so I can give that to you. And you can contact the contractor to find out the name of the company we got it from, so it would match, hopefully.
Okay, and so while we're on that subject, is there a report on the condition of the individual?
No injuries due to the crash, but he's been being evaluated in the hospital for whatever medical condition caused him to pass on.
Okay,
Fortunately, he recognized he was having some issues and turned off of 306 to get off the road, and he blacked out as soon as he pulled into the cemetery.
okay, well, we'll hope that he recovers well and hope that his insurance helps us.
Do we know his insurance?
No, I don't have that information.
One of the things I'd like us to consider, the cemetery's been there 15 years. I don't recall ever seeing the gate being closed. I think this may be a time when if the gate, half of it's shot, take the other half out and let's move on. I don't know that we need to have a gate that's never used or some other compensation. Anything else of the Properties Committee? All right, Park Committee.
Okay, as I mentioned, next Monday night at 6:30 PM here at the hall, Park Committee will meet. They'll do a review of the Fall Festival and any other issues that are brought before them.
Questions of the Park Committee? Hearing none, we're at the Public Utilities Committee.
As noted, our Public Utilities Committee will meet 21st at 4:15 PM here at Village Hall. And as on the agenda, we do have a couple of ordinances that deal with public utilities. Anything to add, Jerry? Yes, sir. All right.
Questions of the Public Utilities Committee? Hearing none, we are at ordinances, resolutions. We're going to go Porter, Canton, Porter. So Mark, you get the first one.
Yes, I'd like to introduce and consider for adoption an ordinance approving the cost share agreement with Chagrin River Watershed Partners, Inc. regarding the Hi-Fi water level sensor network for the period of January 1st, 2026 through December 31st, 2026, authorizing the mayor to execute the cost share agreement on behalf of the village, declaring an emergency, move to waive further readings.
Second,
Second.
roll call.
Canton.
Aye.
Kavanaugh.
Aye.
Stuckey.
Aye.
Flitter.
Aye.
Bell.
Aye.
Berger.
Aye.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Canton.
Aye.
Kavanaugh.
Aye.
Stuckey.
Aye.
Porter.
Aye.
Bell.
Aye.
Berger.
Aye.
Ordinance passes. Councilman Canton.
Thank you. Introduce and consider for adoption a resolution requesting advance taxes for real estate taxes collected for 2026.
Second.
Move to waive, you want to waive reading?
Motion to suspend further readings.
Second.
Roll call.
Canton.
Aye.
Kavanaugh.
Aye.
Stuckey.
Aye.
Porter.
Aye.
Bell.
Aye.
Berger.
Aye.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Canton.
Aye.
Kavanaugh.
Aye.
Stuckey.
Aye.
Porter.
Aye.
Bell.
Aye.
Berger.
Aye.
Resolution passes.
For our next ordinance, introduce and consider for adoption an ordinance approving the contract with CMG Contracting LLC for the Hemlock Road culvert replacement in the village of South Russell, the amount of $97,650, authorizing the mayor to execute the contract on behalf of the village, declaring an emergency, move to waive further readings.
Second.
Roll call.
Canton.
Aye.
Kavanaugh.
Aye.
Stuckey.
Aye.
Porter.
Aye.
Bell.
Aye.
Berger.
Aye.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Canton.
Aye.
Kavanaugh.
Aye.
Stuckey.
Aye.
Porter.
Aye.
Bell.
Aye.
Berger.
Aye.
Ordinance passes. Payment listing. Councilman.
Motion to ratify payment list of 11/3/25 in the amount of $45,316.40.
Second.
Been moved and seconded in discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion passes. New other.
Canton.
No.
Kavanaugh.
Ladies, have you done budgeting? You hear us tonight. I figured you had with research projects here. What about you, Misha?
That's something I'm getting more experience about, but, I work in banking and finance, so.
Your grants and so on wouldn't go forward if you didn't have a proposed plan. Yeah.
Is that it, Rick?
That's it.
Stuckey.
You know, I do have some comments, and I'd just like to say that in previous years, in recognition of Veterans Day, usually a council member has made a few comments. Absenting this year, there was no assignment. I've got a couple of comments about Veterans Day. So I'll take out my credentials first and basically say that as the senior serving veteran and longest serving veteran in the village, each year, Veterans Day is a day that we remind Americans to thank veterans for their service. We owe it to those who serve to recognize their sacrifices all year long. So how can we recognize these sacrifices? Well, this morning we had a luncheon and that's great. Who doesn't like a free meal? But I would offer that you can continue to thank them and honor their sacrifice by, as elected officials, reflecting on your oath of office. The oath we take is surprisingly similar to those taken by enlistment or commissioning as an officer by those who wear the uniform. Do we put as much on the line in execution of our duties as those who have served the country in uniform? As elected officials, contemplate how seriously do you take the words of your oath? Do we approach our positions in elected office from the perspective of a politician looking to reward cronies, pursue a personal agenda, or feed our ego, or from the perspective of a selfless public servant? Do we talk about transparency and by our actions avoid the very notion of transparency? Are we honest in our dealings with our fellow citizens or spin a tale to support a particular agenda? Do we favor a particular neighborhood or HOA at the expense of others? Does our board and committee membership reflect a cross-section of citizens with disparate points of view, or are they populated with members who exhibit a groupthink mentality? Do we talk of building memorials but fail to properly display our nation's flag because it would be inconvenient to do so? Do we support the rights of individual citizens and property owners, or do we abrogate them when it's convenient? Do we overpromise and underdeliver and then place blame? In the past week's election, only approximately 1/3 of our registered voters cast a ballot. As we continue to serve as elected officials or prepare to take office in January, let us remember that we serve all our residents and not a select few. We as elected officials may not have had the privilege, opportunity, or inclination to serve as military veterans have, but all have the opportunity to exercise sound judgment, patriotism, honorable conduct, integrity, and good citizenship in the execution of our duties as public servants. To honorably execute our oath of office. On this Veterans Day, I challenge all elected officials currently serving and those who will take office in January to seriously consider being more of a true public servant and less of a politician.
Is that all you had, Devin?
Individuals and groups who stand up to put their lives on the line to defend the country from very real threats to our national security, as do those in our nation's military, are true patriots. But true patriots are also those who speak out and challenge our government leaders, those who put their lives on the line by actively advocating for justice, freedom, working with integrity, and doing the right thing. Thank you. No further comments.
Thank you. Where?
Nothing.
Al?
To piggyback on Dennis's comments, thank you, Dennis, and Councilman Porter, for your service to our country. And thank you to all of our members of our community who served, those who I've met and those who I've not met yet. Thank you, appreciate it. That's all I have.
Berger?
I screwed up. Should have been under parks. We committed to, for the Fall Festival, we committed to Ted Cruzy to pay him $350 for the apple cider and for the rental of the tent and all of that. And so I need to make a motion for us to approve to pay Ted that $350. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, discussion?
That's from the budget for the
Fall Festival, yeah, it's in our budget,
Thank you.
yes.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion passes.
Thank you, that's it.
Thank you, Ted.
And that's everybody for no other.
Okay. Executive session, we have a motion.
Motion to enter into executive session to consider a complaint against a public official pursuant to section 121.22G1 of the Ohio Revised Code and invite into the executive session the mayor and the solicitor.
Second?
Second. Oh, go ahead, Chris. Sure.
Canton?
Aye.
Kavanaugh?
Aye.
Galucki?
Aye.
Porter?
Aye.
Bell?
Aye.
Berger?
Aye.
I suggest we go into the executive session at 9:04. Gives us 10 minutes.
Should have a motion.
Okay?